Hey guys, welcome to the Vibes TCG with the professor. We're back today with Eton. Eton, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you, Prof?
Doing all right. Good to have you here. So Eton, for those that don't know, is the Vibes World Champion for the first ever World Championship. We have a special treat today. Eton won the World Championship with his BizBunk deck. So I was able to ask Eton, and he graciously accepted to guide us on some BizBunk games. So here's the deck list that we came up with. Eden, if you want to start off with real quick, like what's the main difference between this and your World Championship deck, or is it exactly the same?
Sure. Well, there has been some minor changes from my list. So as you can see, Poppin' Pete is not there anymore, and also Tina.
Right.
And I added a couple, not a couple, but one more what in that list. And I've added two overwhelmed with knowledge.
Okay.
Now, uh, yeah, go ahead, Prof. You're gonna ask
Okay.
me something?
Yeah. So I know when we had talked about your initial deck list for Worlds, you were um, heading the Popping Pete Tech and Tina, but and you felt they were dead in the heads up matchup. So tell us the reason for the changes. Is it to balance the deck against the online client diversity of decks, or what was the reasoning for the deck changes?
That's just the main reason. It's for the online client.
Hmm.
If I'll be playing cards in real life. It's gonna be a different list. Maybe I'll get back with Poppin' Pete and Tina's. But for this time, since we're playing online and there's a lot of Colosseums online, um, I removed Tina's because it's three costing, and I'll just go to the cheaper route, which is Opera House.
Got it.
I've added four of that. And also since I'm expecting people playing a lot of Billy Acres and Coliseum, and I wanted to win some of my vibe checks. I've added an extra little slides, and the other watt there, or the additional watt, the main reason is because we're playing online.
Right.
If it's gonna be in face to face, that's gonna be three. So as you know, we might run into some timer issues. So I wanted to give ourselves a little more out in resetting the time by icing watts.
Right. Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, that's good feedback there. I appreciate the deck breakdown. So thank you for notice sharing the differences that you're kind of going with. So let me start with the overall deck here. So you see this deck as a combo deck. So maybe walk us through the main combo or your main goal with this deck. Like, what's your objective here?
Sure. Well, the main win con is the Bismo. So it's a two fish with two vibe. What it does is when this penguin enters, if you have no cards in your deck, you win the game. So the deck is entirely built towards this card. All you have to do is ice everything in your library or in your deck.
Hmm.
And if you have nothing in your deck and you have it in your hand, you just play it and you win the game.
Right.
So, so
And then
that's yes. Go ahead.
your main goal there then is then to trigger Bismo by icing your library slash deck, right?
That's true.
Okay. So
And
what's your engines or tools to get there?
so, how do we empty out our deck? Um, the first one, or the main one, will be the Ascending Penguin. It's a four fish, two vibe that says whenever a penguin enters your huddle, ice cards from the top of your deck equal to half that penguin's vibe rounded up. So you play this card, and then you play your other engines, which will be the big boys. And let me show Bashful Swordsman Penguin. This is a three cost or a three fish with 14 vibes, pretty huge. That says whenever this penguin wins vibe check, if this penguin is unflop, I set penguin, they will still win the vibe check. That doesn't matter. What we
Hmm.
need from the bashful penguin is the 14 vibe, which we need to win the vibe check and to be an engine on our main idea, which is to ice our deck alongside with ascending penguin.
Okay, so Bashful basically is a guaranteed 7 cards ice.
That's true. That's
Okay,
seven.
right.
Next, another big boy that we have would be the penguin who breaks the fourth wall. This is a two cost penguin to fish. with a 9 vibes penguin that says, well, we can't play this from your hand. Playable from ice by icing 2 rods you control by addition. In addition to playing its fish cost. So since we are icing cards from our deck, most likely this card will be iced or will be in our ice, ready to be played when ascending is there. So this, since it has 9 vibe and ascending penguin says it's gonna be a half of that rounded up, this will ice 5 more cards.
Mm,
And also it will also ice additional 2 cards from your rod.
okay. And
So
then
if you
is
play this and while you have ascending, it will be an additional 6.
oh, okay, because you're pulling 5 from the actual deck and then 1 from the rod area?
2 from the rod,
Yeah, but
but he will be replaced by the
yeah,
other one. So
yeah,
yeah,
okay. So then the goal there is you've added 6 to your ice.
that's true.
Okay. And then with this card, I'm not sure if you're aware or if you've seen it, but it says can't play from hand, but I think I've seen cases where if it's the top deck against Colosseum, it can be played, right? Have you heard about that or not yet?
I've seen that and I've done it before.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that's the correct
Yes.
ruling.
Yeah. But
Should be.
it's doable currently,
Well, it is doable from the deck
right?
with the Colosseum because there's no restriction. But I'm pretty sure if you play it, hang on, I'm not sure if you need to ice rods if you play it by Colosseum.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not
Well,
sure either.
looks like it. I don't know. I'm looking at it right now. Maybe you won't need to ice 2 rods because it says playable from ice by icing 2 rods you
Okay.
control.
Okay. Yeah, that's just an interesting note that I think some people that's played online have noticed. As Eden says, it's allowable right now, but we don't know official ruling what it is. So it'll be interesting to do if you were live in paper playing in person, uh, what the judges decide, right?
Yep, that's true.
Okay, so going back real quick to Bashful, you said it's a 3 cost for 7 guaranteed ice. Fourth wall, 2 costs, guaranteed 5 ice. Are those like good trade-offs for you in terms of cost and the number of cards that will be ice, like 3 to 7 and 5, 2 to 5?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, okay. All right. Please continue.
Another one of our big penguins would be the Lil Who Slides. This is a much expensive penguin with 4 fish, but this one is for 11. Um, has a downside that says whenever this penguin is chosen, ice it. So it's very weak against caffeine. It's weak against ocean commotion, and anything that targets it, it just dies.
Hmm.
The reason it's there is for a couple of reasons. We wanted to beat the turn 2 or cycle 2 milkmaid. So it beats that, and this is just a substitute when you cannot draw your bashful swordsman.
Okay.
Um, Another good thing about the Lil Who Slides is it's pretty much um, an untouchable in some of red purple matches who
Mm,
doesn't have adventure squad. So if your list do not have adventure squads, you don't have the potion commotion in hand, you cannot. Little slides is just untouchable.
yeah, can't get rid of
It's
it.
right. That's true.
Okay.
So yeah. So since it has 11 vibes, this would be icing 6.
Hmm.
Since 11 rounded up is 6.
Right. Okay.
And then the next one, well, those are our big penguins.
Yep.
Um, Other engines or critical engines that we need to draw on the first on the mulligan would be the penguin who's okay. So this is a 2 cost or 2 fish penguin with 2 vibe that says whenever you draw a card, choose a player, is the top card of their deck. So basically the deck always loses on vibe check. So whenever you lose a vibe check, you draw an extra card. So you draw a card, you ice another card, and then on your turn you draw another card, and then you ice another card. So every time that you draw a card, you ice one. So this is just the main engine of the deck. This is also a needed card on Colosseum matches. So since you cannot play anything from the top of your deck, you have an option to ice the top of your deck since you can see it. And if you can't play it, just ice it. If you can, just ice the entire deck until you have solutions on certain matches.
Oh yeah, that's a
So
good point. This because you could see the top deck with the Colosseum, you could then combo that with Penguin's okay ability to basically get rid of cards that you don't want.
that's true.
Okay, good point. Thank you.
Next would be the Brainy Penguin. So, well, we're done with the penguins or the idea of icing our own deck. Now we need to draw our combo pieces. It's not Christmas every day, so you need to draw cards to have a better card in hand. Brainy Penguin is one of the best penguin to do it. It's a three fish penguin that says when this penguin enters the huddle, ice up to two cards in your hand, draw that many cards. It also has two vibes. So what you do if if you had a bad hand, let's say you have fourth walls in your hand, bunkus in your hand, or anything that is not needed, or what's in your hand, throw them away and get better cards by drawing additional two. And also take note that this card you are not obliged or you're not forced to ice two. It is up to two cards. So you can play it and not ice anything, or you can only just ice one. It's up to you.
Yeah, that's a good point that you mentioned that. I've been playing for a while, season zero, and I never knew that. I always thought you had to ice two. So thank you for sharing that. That it could be either zero, one, or two. Um,
Yeah, it's optional.
I never knew that. So real quick, when you were describing Brainy Penguin's ability of drawing cards, you said it helps us draw the combo. So maybe real quick, like what is your combo piece that you're drawing for?
The main piece that you're looking at would be Bismo and Ascending Penguin.
Okay, got it.
Only those two.
Okay.
Well, if you need bigger penguins, you
Hmm.
have Bashful and Little Slides, and
Right.
more often than not, you would have the fourth wall on your eyes.
Yeah,
So the main ones that you are looking for would be Ascending and Bismo.
got it. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Okay, and then let's go to additional engine who would help us ice our entire deck, and that's going to be what? In most cases, on my perspective, I use three in the worlds, but for this time, since we're playing it on the client, we are playing 4 watts. So this is a card that does nothing. It says whenever this card is put in your ice the top card of your deck. That's just it. So if it's ice from your deck, from your rod, from your hand, you have to do the trigger and ice an additional card from the top of your deck. So this makes your deck from 52 just on paper by just 48 because this is just a -1. Um,
And real quick, Eaton, because this card is so weird. Like when you said ice from hand, it's not play it from hand. It's just like dump it with Brainy Penguin or Study All Night,
ah,
right? This is not a spell. Like you can't do anything with this, right?
that's true. You can't do anything. You can't play it. You can play it as a rod though,
Right.
but nothing else.
Yeah. Got it.
So you use it from with Rainy Penguin, and then you use it with Study All Night. So Study All Night is an action card that says you have to pay one pudge, purple pudge. Says draw two cards and then ice two cards from your hand. So this is a better draw engine where you get to choose which one you ice versus Brainy Penguin because you ice first and then you draw two.
Yeah. So
So we
which
have three of those. Yes, go ahead.
yes. So you prefer to Study All Night in terms of drawing, but obviously you take what you can get, right?
That's true.
Okay.
It depends on the scenario. Sometimes I like the Brainy Penguin better because it's a penguin and it has a pudge. Study all night. Sometimes it messes up um, your vibe check winning conditions because sometimes you need the extra purple pudge to play the adventure squad rather than study all night. So it depends. It's a case to case basis.
Got it. Okay.
Another draw engine would be the overwhelm with knowledge. I usually do not play this. Um, but let me just read the entire card. It's a one purple pudge action that says playable from ice by icing a rod you control instead of paying this card's pudge cost. If you play this action from your ice, put this card on the bottom of your deck, then draw a card. I like the draw card system. It's one of the best uh, engines that we have in a combo deck. What I don't like about this card is if you play it from ice and you ice something from your rod. I'm not comfortable in reducing the number of rods that I have. I always lose the vibe check, so my rods are very limited. So getting answers by removing the number of rods that I have is not a comfortable situation that I would like to be into. But some of players play four overwhelmed with knowledge. I play for this time two. In worlds, I played zero.
So given that limitation that you just mentioned about knowledge having a trade-off of losing a rod, so you're aware of that. You don't usually play it, but if you were to play it, then like what scenario would you be comfortable like saying, okay, this is a good overwhelm knowledge spot? Is it if you're just trying to draw for a combo piece? Like, do you think that's the most important part, or if you have something in the rod that you are okay to ice, then that's when you would.
Yeah, a couple of scenarios. Sometimes, and it happened to me very few times, due to variance. Sometimes all of my fourth wall will be in the rod. If I win the vibe check, that's not a good place to have to be in because you need the fourth wall for that very cheap penguin with a 9 vibe that can help you ice your deck. So you need overwhelm with knowledge to put uh to bring back the fourth wall from your rod into your ice. So I like that scenario. And then there are some games, usually in red purple matches, where I just keep on winning vibe checks. That means I have a lot of rods in my play area. And I don't want to be in that situation. If that happens, overwhelmed with knowledge will be a good scenario to have. Like just remove your extra rods, get additional cards, probably combo pieces, and also overwhelmed with knowledge is goodly paired with penguin who's okay. So if you have a couple of penguin who's okay, or even just one, just use the overwhelmed with knowledge, pay the one purple pudge, draw a card, ice an additional. You play it again for zero pudge by icing a rod. You draw an additional card and then you ice an additional more. So what happened with that is with just one card and an extra rod, you have drawn two cards and then iced an additional two, which
Yeah,
is pretty sweet.
right. So that's a good value there.
Yeah. Other than that, yeah, just use the overwhelmed with knowledge just to find your combo pieces.
All right.
Okay, moving on. So since we are playing most likely with the entire um, deck and then the ice, sometimes our combo pieces will land in the ice and we have to fetch it. Hence, we have the purple mega penguin to help us with that. Purple mega penguin is expensive. It's 5 fish. It says as an additional cost to play this penguin, ice a penguin in your huddle. When this penguin enters the huddle, you may pick a card in your ice and put it in your hand. Very useful. I've seen a lot of purple mega penguins right now in the meta, in the client, because there has been a purple deck going on around. And people do this and use this to recycle cards in their ice. Same with BizBunk. So sometimes this usually happens if you have a lot of what's in your deck. Sometimes all of your ascending penguins are in the ice, so you have to fetch it by using Purple Mega Penguin. So you treat, well, I see Purple Mega Penguin as an additional ascending penguin or Bismo. So in my deck, I have like six ascending penguins, yeah, I say six ascending, and then six Bismo because I have additional two from the Purple Mega.
Oh, nice.
Um,
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
yep. And worst case scenario, if you needed a removal, you can use that to fetch Adventure Squad.
Yes, it's a very flexible card.
So Adventure Squad, so Adventure Squad is another action. It's a purple patch action that says choose a penguin in your huddle and a penguin in your opponent's huddle. Ice the one that's vibing the most. If there's a tie, ice them both. Most of our penguins are pretty weak, or mostly two. And you use this mostly for in the meta, probably on Belly Acre. Sometimes you wanted to um, ice Bashful Swordsman or any other penguins that is bigger, or penguins that is targeting your penguins, probably Peace Out Penguin. Um, just make sure to have a weak penguin that can target your opponent's penguin. But most likely you can do that every time that you have Adventure Squad. I think the only counter to this one that I see in Redurple would be not a rod anymore, where whenever you play this Adventure Squad, and let's say they have a vibe counter of 3, what they do is they would play not a rod anymore on your penguin, make it bigger. So you would lose the Adventure Squad and lose your own penguin. So just need to watch out on that.
Got it.
Okay. Other decks play a philosophical debate. I don't play that because what it does is it's an instant removal. It will ice the penguin of your opponent at the cost of reducing the number of your cards in your ice. So there. Another one. Well, the next one will be, let's look at the layer two technology. My favorite card in the Worlds tournament. So I was just um testing on this a couple of months ago, and then now, it's one of my favorite cards in the deck. What it does is it's 5 fish that says all penguin cards costs one less to play, or one less fish to play. Our deck is built entirely or with layer two technology, because one, we wanted to protect our eyes by probably not playing anything if the opponent is on a control version. When we play this, everything costs one less. So Ascending Penguin costs three. Penguin who breaks the fourth wall costs one. Bismo costs one. Bunkos costs 11, which is pretty huge, and Bashful Swordsman Penguin will cost two. So everything is cheaper. Um, this also requires timing and practice when you play this. You don't play this blindly by just getting the discount. You play this depending on the situation, where maybe the opponent has 10 permanents in the play, or 11. Just make sure that on their turn they cannot play more penguins and have 14 or 15 permanents in play, and win the game. So just watch out for that. You play this because you wanted to pass the turn. On the next turn, you would play Ascending Penguin, and then the rest of your penguin, and combo out on the next. So
So
that's the entire. Yes,
yeah, so it's basically to set up the finishing move the next turn.
that's true.
Okay. And then you mentioned about being careful of making sure your opponent can't take advantage of this and then flood the board to get 14 or 15 right away. So I noticed that one of the great moves you did during World's tournament was you comboed this with Popping Pete, where you used it to get discount for yourself. Then when you were done, you used Popping Pete to bring it back to your hand. Are you worried that now that Popping Pete and Relic Removal in your deck is gone, like that's why you're saying uh, about being careful and using it only as a setup for the next turn?
I'd say yes and no.
Hmm.
Yes, because I like that interaction, or that play very much, where you pop and beat your own layer two. Um, but I'm not worried in the online client that it will happen that much, because most likely the opponents that I get in the online client would be Colosseum, Bellyacre, and Red Purple. So whenever I play layer two, I just play it on red purple matches and not on Colosseum and Bellyacre. So very small variants where that interaction is required.
I got it. Got it. Okay.
And then the last one, not the last one, we have Opera House. So as you can see, we have removed Tina. The main reason I removed Tina right now is because it costs 3 fish. Opera House is the cheapest. Location removal, it's just one. It says at the start of the action time, each player with exactly 6 cards in their hand draws an additional card. Whenever another location enters play, ice this relic. I do not totally read that because I do not play Opera House by using the ability. So I just play it to remove location. What location do I need to remove? Mount Fuji and Colosseum.
Got it. Yeah, it was interesting when you started describing this card. Instead of calling it relic location, you called it relic removal or location removal. So
Yeah,
yeah, so basically, you're not even trying to get the benefit of this card. You're just using it to counter Fuji or Coliseum.
that's true.
Okay, okay.
And then the last one will be a big boy Bunkos. Bunkos is a 12 fish penguin, very big. It says playable from ice. As you play Bunkos, put any number of cards from your ice on the bottom of your deck. Reduce Bunkos cost by that amount. Bunkos 5 is twice the number of penguin cards in your ice. This is our main engine. This is why the deck is named Bismo or BizBunk. It's a combination of Bismo, which is your win con, and then Bunkus, which is this one, which will ice a lot more and will do the loop in icing the entire card in your deck. So what you do here is once you hit the magic 25 number of ice in your uh, number of 25 cards in your ice, you play Bunkus, you play 12, and there will be 13 remaining. And let's just make the 13 cards in your ice remaining are penguins. Then you're gonna ice 13. Sorry, let me do it again slowly. You have 25 cards in your ice. You play Bunkus by paying 12. That's gonna reduce the 25 in your ice into 12 into 13 now. You have Ascending Penguin in play. Ascending Penguin says you ice cards from the top of your deck based on the half of the penguin's vibe. If you have 13 in ice, Bunkos would be 26. Put that into half, that's gonna be 13. That means you are icing 13 cards from your deck. So you have gained or you have a profit of one card and you've paid Bunkos. So from 25 earlier, now you have 26, and then you do it again for four more times, and you will ice your entire deck. And you might question me like, how is that gonna happen? It's just gonna be a net of one, and then two, and then three, because you have what's in your deck. So depending on the number of watts that you draw, that's gonna ice more cards, and eventually you will ice the entire deck.
So basically, thank you for mentioning that. So there's a number you're looking for in your ice, and you said 25. So once you're near that number, the math and the abilities of Bunkus plus Ascending and What's will basically guarantee that if you could keep that loop going within the, obviously online the time, but as long as you keep that loop going, it will, the deck will be iced completely, then allow you to play Bismo.
That's true.
Okay.
Um, it's a bit difficult to play in the client. You can do a lot more things when you play in real person.
Yep.
Um, for example, there is a line where you can combo off without a Bismo in your hand, but you can just win by just an ascending penguin. So what you need to do there is um, you need to do a lot of calculation where you can mill the entire deck and just leave two cards, and those two cards will be Bismo. And
I
then you
see.
end the turn,
Yep.
do the vibe check. You win the vibe check. You rod the top of your deck, and then you draw the remaining card, which is Bismo,
And
and
then
then
you
you play
play it.
Bismo and then you win.
Got it. And then real quick, regarding the 25 in your eyes, how hard of a rule is that, or is it flexible if you're at 24? Like, how 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 much of a requirement is 25?
If you wanted to do the loop and win the entire game with that turn, that is a hard rule.
Okay.
So the idea there is, so Bunkos costs 12. You just have to make sure that the number of ice or the number of cards that you will ice by playing Bunkos with the ascending should be more than the amount that you've paid for Bunkos.
Yeah, the amount
So
of
if you
cards you put into your deck has to be
yeah,
less than how much you're gonna ice. Got it.
that's true. So let's say example, you have 24. You've paid 12, you put 12 back. You have 12 remaining in your ice. Those are all penguins. You have ascending penguin. It reads 24 divided by 2. You need to ice 12. You've iced 12, you gained nothing. You still have the same remaining cards in your deck even before and after played Bunkus. So you need to at least gain an additional card or two whenever you play Bunkus to get that loop. But
And
then
then,
again, if just go ahead.
yeah, no, please finish.
Yeah, but then again, if you're aiming just to win the vibe check, go ahead and just play the Bunkus by yourself and not aim to ice your entire deck. Sometimes that is also the required situation.
Yeah, a
Just
big,
win the vibe check.
yeah, big bunkus, right? So, regarding that bunkus line you're talking about, so if it's 24 cards and you put 12 in and you only uh, ascending penguin icing 12, um, typically that like you said, that's a net even. But if you're able to get a couple of watts in there, do you feel that that's a positive like value play?
It is depending on the number of watts that you have
Okay,
iced. If it's just one, it's not.
it's not enough.
You're gonna net +1, but it's not enough to do it for the other one.
Okay, okay,
So let's say on that scenario you've iced 1 watt, so you have iced 13, then you have 25, but now you only have 3 tries to do the combo because you only have 3 more left Broncos.
okay, okay. All right. So thanks for going over your deck, Eden. We're gonna jump in to get into a match, and then we'll have Eden play through the deck for us.
Okay,
All right, here we go. We're going first. Okay, so what do you see here? Looks good.
good, but you can put back what Opera House and Adventure Squad. It's up to you if you wanted to keep two. Penguin is okay. Um, I usually I'll just use one, so you can just mulligan four.
Okay, so one is enough. You don't need to keep two.
Yeah, the reason being is you don't have Ascending and Bismo.
Yeah, because you're trying to get the combo piece in hand.
Yep. Oh, there you go. So you only need Ascending.
Okay, and then it's looking good because we have Brainy to dump Bunkus if we need to, right?
That's true.
Okay, so what would you do here?
I will just Rod Bunkus.
Oh, Rod Bunkus. Okay. So even though you have Brainy Penguin chance to dump it, you wouldn't try to hold it and dump it with the study or Penguin. You would do it with Bunkus. I mean, you
Yep.
would just rot it. Okay, got it.
Oh, since you're playing with your rods face down,
Oh,
you have to remember that Bunkus is.
yeah,
There you go.
yeah, yeah. I'll keep it. I'll flash it face up every now and then. I usually typically play it face down just because I think it's good practice to kind of be aware to okay, I need to check my rods kind of thing.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll just pass here,
Yep.
and then we're looking to establish Penguin who's okay right away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, you can just. I think you can run the additional Brainy Penguin
Okay.
and then play the Penguin is okay.
All right.
I wonder what we are up against to.
Yeah, we'll see. Nowadays a lot of decks start with Colosseum right away, you could tell, but a lot of decks now start with just rotting, so it's kind of a little challenging to guess, right?
Yeah, most likely a red purple, and
Hmm.
they didn't draw the violet. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good call. I mean, the meta is heavy with red purple, but they just didn't draw their moonlight to start off right away. Okay, so we have Bashful and Ice now. So we're just gonna keep icing ourselves for now, right?
yep. Okay, yeah, you can play your Brainy Penguin.
Okay. And what would we look to dump?
I'm not sure if they're playing Mount Fuji,
Hmm.
but I think it's safe to dump the other Brainy and then the Opera House.
Okay. So if it was someone you knew they were playing Fuji, you would keep Opera House and probably get rid of Study All Night or only do one.
Yeah, I'm just gonna only do one if
Okay.
you know if
But
I'm expecting Fuji. But we
yeah,
have another three left in the deck, so
so you're okay
that's
to
pretty
do
safe.
both. Okay.
Yep.
And this that combo you're talking about with the Brainy Penguin and OK Penguin, draw
Yep.
two and then ice two at the same time. So Brainy Penguin added two to the ice, and then OK Penguin added two more, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
How many cards have we drawn so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
We have 38 in our deck.
14 plus 4. I have 18. Okay.
Anything else here or pass?
No, no, no.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, we can just pass. I'm just counting the number of cards because we haven't drawn ascending yet. It's not in the rod. It's
Yeah.
most likely in the next two or three draws, you'll see the ascending.
So would we try to go to there with a Study All Night, hopefully?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, looks
Okay,
like,
it's red purple.
yeah. Okay, so we don't care about the overwhelm because we, like you said, you want to maintain our rod, so we're going to play
Yeah.
Steady All Night.
Yep.
Okay.
Hopefully we drew the ascending
Hmm.
and the layer two. If not, I'm guessing.
Oh,
Oh,
we
there you
got
go.
it. Okay. So Bunkus and fourth
Just
wall.
bunkus. Yes.
Okay. And how important is it that we find layer two, or we're okay to do it if we don't find it?
Yeah, I think for this match we need layer two.
Okay.
Hopefully some slides to win vibe check and get that rods going on.
Okay. But our ice is looking pretty good, right? We have fourth wall in there with a Bunkus.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we'll just pass now.
Yeah.
So I guess at this point, I'm thinking I'm in a good position. I have ascending combo piece. I have Bismo combo piece. I have the ice is looking pretty good. So at this point, we're feeling like we're feeling pretty good on the matchup so far.
It is.
Okay.
One thing I'm afraid of is we cannot play the ascending penguin
Right.
because they will play popcorn penguin on their turn and
Yeah.
just gonna die. Um, I will just I'll just play brainy penguin here
Hmm.
and then dump the other Bismo.
Yeah. So we're trying to draw for the layer two technology you're saying, right?
Yeah, because they will just let us win the vibe check, so I don't worry about the rod.
Okay. So dump one Bismo, right?
Yep.
Anything
I
else? Do we want to
you
rod?
can you can rod the what?
Okay.
Because now this is the best time to use the overwhelm with knowledge. They're not
Oh, got
they're
it.
not doing anything.
Yeah. And then we could use the overwhelm to put the what in the ice. Is that what you're thinking?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'm looking at our rods here. We have what and bunkus. Which one would you prioritize in the ice?
Should be the what?
The what? Okay.
'Cause we have already the port wall in our eyes. That's gonna take care of the rest of our rods.
Ah, got it. Okay. Okay.
We might play peace out here or popcorn.
Oh,
Oh, nothing.
okay. So they're either blanking or they're saving something for us. Okay. So we want to play overwhelm here and then ice the what?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's true.
Throw in purple mega. Good thing we have the combo pieces in hand.
Hmm.
Oh, we
Oh,
got
there
it.
you go.
Okay. So we'll just keep icing.
Let's just hope we draw a penguin.
So what do you mean by hope we draw a penguin?
And any penguin would do. Like we need to fill up our ice.
Oh, got it.
Bashful swordsman would be the best one.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you're saying
Or
draw a penguin to combo with ascending.
yeah,
Oh, okay. Got it. Got it. Oh, there's
okay.
Little Who Slides. The most expensive one, right?
Yep. You can just play the layer two there.
Okay.
How
And
many do we have in ice? We have 16.
yeah, 16 in ice, 24 in our deck. So we want to play layer two and pass.
Play yeah, just play layer two first and then let's see the
Okay.
let me just count. Three. So next turn we will have six rods if they would let us win.
Hmm.
We use the three for the ascending, so we have three remaining. We'll use one for the Bismo, and then we'll use two for. Okay, I think we can. It's safe to not play anything.
Okay. So we go ahead and pass here.
Yeah. So our plan next turn is if they don't do anything, we win the vibe check. We would have six rods. We play the ascending for three, and then we play the fourth wall for one.
Hmm.
That's gonna be 16 plus six. So that's 22. And then we play another fourth wall for one. 22 plus six, that's 28. And that's enough to do the loop for Bunkos. You just play it four times. And then you get your remaining rod to play Bismo.
Okay.
The only thing that will stop us here would be if they play Mount Fuji
And they name ascending or bunkus.
sending. Well, I'm okay for them naming Bunkos.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we win now.
Yeah, they haven't really done anything, right? They're just letting us combo here.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. So we just pass now.
yeah, just pass.
Yeah. Then do the turn, the move, the plan that you have mentioned.
Yeah. Make sure you do it quick, prof, because
Oh, okay.
you
Okay.
know you
Okay.
know the client. I'm not gonna disturb you.
Okay. So ascending, fourth wall, fourth wall.
Yes.
Do we care which one we send? Is it the first two here?
The bunk. Make sure that the bunkus is there.
Okay. And
There you
then,
go.
and that's it.
Yep.
Okay. And then one more fourth wall, you said, right?
Yep.
Okay. And then just, any,
Yeah. Just yeah.
then from here, start the bunkus loop.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're hoping to catch, what's to
What?
reset. Yeah. Are we doing just 12? 1, 2,
11.
3. Oh yeah, because it's discount. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Let's pray for watts because we are out of time.
Yeah, I saw that. Oh yeah, 4.
Ooh, close.
Yeah. Okay. Looks like we'll have to do one more bunkus, right?
Yep.
Let's get the watts first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that should be it.
Yes.
Okay. So that one was played out really well. Because our opponent was really slow here. Given your experience with this deck against other red purples, what other approaches have you seen from the red purple? You mentioned earlier that you were worried about a peace out or something. So what would you have seen that maybe got us a little bit worried?
Um. Well, the moment that you've played the layer two,
Hmm.
the only card that I'm worried would be if they
Fuji.
play Mount Fuji.
Okay.
Anything else that they play will be pretty much okay.
Hmm.
If they take the Baron by winning the vibe check, then the same applies if they play Mount Fuji. We need to get answers
Right.
an Opera House, which we draw the next turn.
Hmm.
So um, I don't think that's gonna be the case. But yeah, but before the layer two technology, if they played probably the singer
Hmm.
and just control their board and a popcorn penguin, maybe I'm gonna be a little bit worried because they might some of the red purple would like to win vibe check just to get to the globe turn,
Yeah.
or they would play anything and play a globe, and we don't have any globe removal.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah. So once they
That
play Bashful Globe, that's GG.
yeah, that and even without bashful, like serene penguin and globe would be an almost GG if
Yeah,
we don't have any removal.
right. So going back to what you mentioned about Fuji, and we kind of talked about it a little bit, but we were rushing the turn, so we didn't lose time. But you said that you were okay if they named the bunkus with Fuji, just not ascending.
Oh yeah,
Okay. Can you explain like how do you win? So let's say he played Fuji. So we played layer two. They play Fuji. Don't worry about Opera House yet. They play Fuji. They name bunkus instead of ascending. What would be the game plan?
I will just play our three because I was looking at your deck.
Hmm.
Looks like we can win with playing three penguin with who breaks the fourth wall, and we haven't played a rod in this turn. So
Okay.
another option would be just play an additional rod and then play all of the three fourth walls.
Hmm.
That's gonna be 18 cards, and then plus playing Bismo, that's gonna be 19 just for icing it, and without even counting the number of watts that we draw.
So we
So that's
still
great 23 cards.
okay. So okay. I see now. So you're saying even without the bunkus loop, but because we had the fourth walls in, yeah, in our ice, we would still been able to use Ascending's ability to ice the rest of our deck and play Bismo.
Hmm.
Ah, got it, got it. Okay.
And mostly people do not name bunkus
Hmm.
first. They usually play or name ascending penguin.
Okay. And then in that scenario, if they play Ascending, we just pray for Opera House.
That's true.
Or, I mean, do we try to, is there a line then where we would, I guess, if our ice is big enough, we just activate Bunkus and just try to get a big vibe penguin?
Yeah,
Okay.
if
Stall.
that's gonna be the case.
Yeah. Stall or try to win, but try to eventually get relic removal.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, we have a game.
All right.
Oh, it's the same guy.
Yeah. We have the same matchup, looks like. We know they're on red purple. I'm not sure if they
Yeah,
changed their deck or not, but maybe they'll change their approach now that they know we're BizBunk.
that's true.
Okay. So you mentioned last time that layer two was important. Is this a keep or would you throw it away here?
I'm gonna assume that he's gonna play the same deck, so I'll keep the layer two,
Okay.
and then I'll keep the brainy, and then I'll keep the extra opera house probably. Or
For because he knows he might play Fuji now. Is that what you're thinking?
yeah, yeah. Let's do that.
Okay.
That,
Sounds smart to me. But let's say this was a fresh game, you would only probably keep Brainy. Is that what you would do if it was a fresh opponent?
that's that's true.
Okay. Oh.
Oh, bad bad hand.
Yeah. All right. We'll see how we maneuver on this. So I think it's safe to say we're gonna rod one of the layer twos first, right?
That's true. Yep.
All right. Yeah, so it's funny because you mentioned Opera House for you is just relic removal. I've seen some BizBunk decks where they try to play the Opera House for the ability, so they're like messing up their timing. So I like how you mentioned for you it's just relic removal.
Yeah, I've tried that path before. Doesn't do well with me. Sometimes I do that and get the try to take the ability of Opera House. Usually I'm doing it because I'm on the losing side of the game.
Oh, okay. And you're desperate for draws, basically.
Yeah, and I'm way below rod count. I don't
Okay.
want that.
So if you were the red purple right now, and then you know you're running into BizBunk, what are we prioritizing? Prioritizing Peace Out and Fuji.
Fuji is the first one.
Hmm.
Since he didn't play any turn one, That means he doesn't have the little moonlight.
Yep.
He will not play anything this turn. He would play singer next turn. So I'm oh wow, we have a combo. I'm thinking that he's just waiting for us to do anything.
And then,
Probably he has peace out in hand and popcorn.
yeah, okay. So he's going to be more reactive this time.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are we looking at here to Rod?
The the study all night.
Yeah, because that one's conditional, right? We need to have a penguin on board versus
Yeah,
rainy penguin. We could play it once we have three.
that's true.
Okay.
I wonder, does he have the singer or peace out?
Oh,
Oh, nothing.
so now I'm worried. Either he has nothing or he's really trying to set up, like, be reactive, right?
Yeah,
Okay, so we have the brainy coming up, which dumps cards, but what are you thinking here to Rod?
gonna be difficult.
Yeah.
Well, first thing we will definitely rod the what. Um, I don't know if I play.
Do we just wait maybe next turn to see get another draw?
Well, I don't want to wait because we already have the combo in hand.
Okay. So take the chance and get rid of Opera House?
Yeah, I think that's the play.
Okay.
Maybe I should just. Okay, we have more problems now.
Yeah. All right. So we're now we're gonna assume that he doesn't have Fuji.
Yep. Okay, so our game plan right now, based on our hand at
Mhm.
this moment, is to get 7 or 8 rods.
Okay. So hopefully this winning this, if he doesn't contest this, this helps us get more rods.
Yep.
Okay.
And our opponent not playing Mount Fuji, and then we just need at least one bashful swordsman.
Okay.
Or yeah, and we can just pass. So the play is next turn we rod one thing if it's not important. We play layer two technology. Okay, good. We play layer two techno.
Oh,
Oh, okay, we need that.
okay. So would you rod one ascending here and then play the layer two?
Hang on, that's not playing anything, right? Oof. No, I think we can just pass.
Okay, so no rod, no play, just pass.
Yeah,
Okay, and so walk us through that thought process. Even though we have two ascending, it's that important that you would keep two.
yeah. Because if we can't play anything right now, if we play
Yes.
ascending, they might play popcorn penguin. It's gonna mess our plan.
But how
We
about rodding ascending and playing layer two? We're not ready for that.
we're not ready for that because one, we don't have anything in ice.
Oh, okay,
So our play right now is to play two ascending penguins at the same time. So we need 6 rods for that.
okay. Oh, I see what
And
you're saying. So get to six rods, layer two the turn before, double ascending, so he could only kill one, hopefully.
yeah.
Okay,
Or if you have 7 or 8 rods, we can play two ascending penguins. And then we play penguin who breaks the fourth wall, or um the bashful penguin.
okay. Okay. So not only are you looking at your next turn, you're also thinking about the state of what's in the eyes or what you'd like to see in there. So you're like thinking a couple of turns ahead here.
Yep.
Okay. Do we care
Okay.
about this thing?
No,
No.
no.
It's just pudge for them basically, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm thinking they might have hit the high note.
So he's trying to get that red pudge going.
Yes. Okay. I think you can just play the layer two technology.
Hmm. And then rodding anything or no?
Yeah, I think you can run. Hang on. Yeah, you can run the slides and then play layer two.
And then you're okay to play layer two now because let's say you made that assumption he has hit the high note. Maybe you're trying to draw it out sooner.
Yeah,
Okay. Or if he doesn't, we'll be
that's
at 7 next turn anyway.
that's true.
Okay, got it.
Maybe they have popcorn in hand and they're thinking, is it the best time to play popcorn? Oh wow. Okay. And another one.
Flop it.
Okay.
So he could flop up. Okay. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see how that affects us. Maybe he just wants the purple pudge. I don't.
Well, that means we are not winning the vibe check any
Yeah.
in the next games.
Yep. Yeah, because
Yeah,
he
it
could
just has to turn.
because he could flop us. And it looks like he took advantage of layer two. I think these are 3 cost penguins, right?
Hmm. And I don't think he wanted to win the vibe check, or maybe that's his plan. Maybe he's gonna do something to flop his penguins.
So
Okay, he wanted to win.
okay. So if we're able to get the double ascending plus bashful, that could fill up our ice pretty fast, right? So that'll be
Yep.
14, 15 total in our ice. Oh, it's a piece out. Triple ascending.
Hmm. I don't want to play food. Yeah. 6, 7. Okay, maybe this time we can play ascending penguin and then bashful.
Do we want to rod or no? Or just keep that this time, keep the upper house to be safe.
That depends on. Okay.
Well, time to run out. But now next turn we could do double ascending with fourth wall, right?
Yep. If they don't do anything next turn, next turn we win. Ah, okay.
Right.
Next turn we won't win.
Okay. And we want to leave the rods. We don't want to respond with any overwhelming with
Yeah.
knowledge, right?
Yep. We
Okay.
leave the pawn. We are playing the player two next turn.
Yeah. Play it again. Okay.
They they need to use the peace out penguin right now. If
Yeah.
not, we we're gonna win.
Right.
Yep.
And we're okay with that?
Yeah, because that's an additional 2 cards in our eyes.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. And then bashful kill itself, so another card in the ice, right?
Mm-hmm.
But basically next turn we're just gonna set up layer two again. That's all we're trying to do.
That's true.
Okay. So layer two and keep. What do we want to do? He's still too early. Do we rod Adventure Squad or would you hold it?
Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Layer two. They would have 9, 10. Not sure if they can win next turn.
So pass.
Then well, we need to play layer. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
it's okay. It's
We
okay.
lost.
So we would have you would have took the chance there and played layer two.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I don't want them flooding the entire
Yeah.
board.
Right. Stand. Well, I mean, hopefully he's playing it slow. We'll see what he does here. Incus.
Okay. Now we play player two.
Yeah. So he looks like we got counter queued then. That's not the red purple deck.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. So play layer two. Um, Probably rod one of the opera houses.
hang on. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think Rod one Opera House, and then we play the two Ascending Penguins.
Double ascending.
Yep.
Okay.
They don't have any removal yet, right?
Yeah. That we can see. Okay.
And let's just pray that we eye something big. A fourth wall, a fourth wall in our is good. Oh man,
Yeah,
we
we don't.
have that.
We don't have a counterplay.
Yeah, accept it.
Yep. Oh, wow. This guy
Oh my goodness.
is
Oh my.
definitely definitely an anti-Bunkus deck.
Oh my.
That's funny. So maybe we should have did layer twos and then see if we could survive another turn, right?
That's
Would not,
the
yeah,
that's
yeah, his
that's
Binkus
the
is big.
plan B.
Yeah, his Binkus is big now. It's 14.
That's the plan B, but they are at 11 and going 12.
Yeah,
We only need to play three more.
yeah. I see. I see. So layer two would speed them up there. So he activated your squad, which is bad for us because if we somehow respond with our adventure squad, they could adventure squad with this guy.
Yeah, we can't beat that. That's a one vibe.
Yeah.
Okay, looks like we're losing here. There's no way for us to remove anything. Um, I think us losing the turn earlier was crucial. We could have played
Layer
layer
two.
two technology there.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I see.
That might have been it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Let's just continue the game.
Yeah. So I think the turn before you were saying when we ran out of time, we should have at least took the chance and played layer two at that point.
That's true.
Okay. Okay. Well, so there's a good chance we might re-queue into this guy. Let's see. So basically on this matchup, what we saw was we were trying to play around him getting a wider board and us not being ready. He was able to use the high note to send our layer two back, which threw us back a turn. Um, but some considerations that we had about playing layer two again was making sure that we don't put ourselves in a position where we lose because we didn't have anything big in our ice, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right, Ian. So thanks for playing a couple of games of your BizBunk deck with us. Wanted to just talk about a little bit about what you're up to. So given that people are probably thinking of you as the BizBunk guy because that's what you won the world championship with. What are you playing nowadays on the ladder on
On the
digital?
ladder,
Yeah.
a good old boy Colosseum.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
you can't go nothing wrong with Colosseum.
Yeah.
Mainly because if it's just the client,
Hmm.
you win the vibe check every time you play Colosseum, and once you have 9 rods and you win the game.
Right.
So yeah, I'm just taking it easy right now, Prof. Playing Colosseum, probably switching on and off caffeine and bellyacre.
Hmm.
Sometimes if I wanted to, you know, polish off my BizBunk skills, I I try to get online and play BizBunk. But again, there's a lot of issues right now with playing BizBunk online. Um, One thing for sure is a timer. So the play is not optimized when you are in critical timing.
Right. Right. Kind of like the example we had where we were thinking about should we had played layer two on that second game versus not a little more time to think about it would have been nicer, but obviously the client doesn't care. It's just counting down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So you mentioned that, you sometimes will hop onto the BizBunk, but it's not really the most, I would say, optimized way to play BizBunk. What's your recommendations for someone, let's say they're new to BizBunk, new to, they have TCG experience, but they're new to BizBunk and they want to learn this deck. What's your advice to them? Would you say practice it on the online client, or would you say uh, practice in person? What's your recommendation for someone that's new to BizBunk?
Definitely practice it. Anywhere is good. If you wanted to have optimized play and you're starting out as a BizBank player, practice it in AI first.
Mm,
So you get a feel on what is happening in your eyes, what will be the right cross or the right keep in mulligan, the correct place, and the synergy you can learn. You can also start, getting familiar with counting your eyes and clicking anything because it's going to be difficult if you started out with BizBank in the client. There's a lot of clicking involved and you need to be fast and you need to be praying for what's to happen, or you need to stop the timer. But once you get a feel with BizBank, yeah, just feel free to jump online, get on the queue, get some PvP matches, and have a feel of the real meta around. And you might adjust. You need to adjust with your deck based on the meta. You now have the first feel on how to compete versus Colosseum, Bellyacre, red purple matches, and the other decks. So
Um,
yeah,
would you say on the online client, is Coliseum the toughest matchup for BizBunk?
I'd say yeah,
Okay.
Colosseum, because once they have the best hand, you cannot just win the vibe check. They win on turn one, turn two, turn three, and once you play the fourth rod with Ascending Penguin, their next turn will be Colosseum.
Yeah.
That's gonna be difficult. So yeah, just make sure whenever you have Colosseum matches to play around it, make sure that you have Penguin who's okay.
Yeah.
So and then try to win vibe checks from here and then. You don't always need to lose vibe check. That's why there's Lil Who Slides. You can play on Rod 4 and win the vibe, slow down the Colosseum players.
Got it. Got it. And then regarding tips for someone that's, let's say, intermediate, familiar with BizBunk, but they're looking to sharpen up their skills, like what would you recommend that they work on to sharpen their skills? Do you think it's experiment with different cards or just reps, reps, reps? Like, what would your advice be?
So from what I did, I started with a lot of reps. Like every day I play BizBank online and then I play BizBank on paper. I play by myself and make sure um, I'm thinking on which would be the most optimized build and the play style. You can definitely try out my deck with layer 2 technology, but it has a different play style. It's more of like one turn kill your opponent, where you do everything in one turn and win on that turn.
Yeah.
The first build um, was made on building your eyes a little bit slower and faster at the same time, and then you go from there. Again, the magic numbers should be 25, or the idea is you should have more eyes remaining after you pay the bunkus cost, or you put the number of cards back in your deck.
Yeah.
So
So,
once you have the feel of that, make sure to you can feel free to modify the entire deck. Some of the players even have little moonlight on their deck, and then their idea is to ramp to get turn to rainy penguin or turn one study all night, something like that. So yeah, feel free. The more comfortable you are in getting faster cards, putting being placed in your eyes, the better you are.
okay. Okay. That's some good advice there, Ian. Anything else before we sign off here?
Oh, I'm all good. Thank you, Prof, for always inviting me for this. Looking
Yeah,
forward for more.
yeah, you're welcome. It's definitely our pleasure. I think, definitely, BizBunk is not the most straightforward deck to play. You mentioned, good old Colosseum, like that one. We don't need too many training videos on that one. But I think, BizBunk being a complicated deck, and I think it's a hot topic again, especially with you coming in first, Suarez coming in second. Just showing how strong and resilient this deck is that keeps coming back. I think overall it's good to create content on this and get practice with the BizBunk deck, because who knows what set three will bring. Maybe it'll make it even stronger, or maybe just as strong and still relevant, right?
Hmm. That's true. If they did not release anything that counters the ice
Hmm.
or bunkus or Bismo, I'm pretty sure Bisbank will return in paper matches again. I think that's one of the strength of Bisbank, since it's pretty rare for people to play it in the client because it's difficult, and you won't grind Bisbank, you won't grind the game in the client using Bisbank. People rarely see Bisbank players online. Hence, whenever there's a new tech in Bisbank, they will only see it in major tournaments.
Yeah, good point. Good point. Okay, Ian, as usual, it's a pleasure. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts and experiences. I'm always happy to talk to you and get some discussion going, and also hearing how you think about the game and how you play the decks. So we'll catch you next time, and I appreciate all your time. Thank you.
Thanks, Prof. Have a great day.